Hi, dating hotliners. We've already discussed what kind of dating we're interested in, and we've already talked about what you should include in your dating profile and how to position yourself. But now it's time to figure out which dating app is right for you. Sure, you could get on the dating apps that your friends are on. Yeah, why not, right? But what if your friends are all married? What if you don't have any single friends, or you're recently divorced or out of a relationship? What if you've never been on an online dating app and you never thought this would be your life because you were in a committed relationship with someone, but now things have changed? That's what happened to me. I figured out the online dating landscape because I had to, and now I'm going to share what I learned with you. In today's episode, we're going to dive into the dating app world and explore different strategies. You ready? Let's go. Welcome back. This is the third episode of Dating Hotline, presented by Swipe Right, the dating consultancy setting the standard in online dating. This is your host, Chloé Miller. Yes, I never thought I would be on an online dating app because I myself was in a long-term committed relationship with someone. There were plans for us to be together for life. We had built a world together and we were together for so many years. It just made sense. If you asked any of our friends and our family at that time, everyone would have told you, yeah, they were already married. We were together for so long that within the world we built for ourselves, it looked like we were already a married couple because of how established our relationship was. But guys, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now if I didn't break up with that relationship. And that's my story. I never thought I would be on an online dating app. Period. I watched these dating apps come onto the market, and I remember talking with my friends and asking questions like, what are you guys doing? And how do you do this? What do you include in your dating profile? And how do you make a dating profile? Wait, what's a right swipe? Which way is a left and right? Wait, hold on. I can't keep up. More importantly, I remember thinking, that's the new way of doing it, huh? It makes sense, but whoa, where do you start? And then I broke up with my boyfriend and realized, okay, if I want to go on a date, then I have to play the game. Because in Chicago, we date differently here. In Chicago, you have to be on a dating app if you want to have any sort of a dating life. I don't know if it has to do with the weather, but guys, I have this theory that because it's 9 months of winter here in Chicago, it's a lot easier to meet people online than it is going out and braving the cold, okay? It is just not worth it. So if I wanted to meet people in Chicago, I had to meet them on a dating app. And that's when I learned, okay, a dating profile is more than just pulling a few pictures and slapping a few words together to present, hi, this is me, and here's a handful of emojis that describe me. Dump that profile, start all the way over, because no, that's just not what's going on in online dating. Like, maybe that was okay circa 2016, but not anymore. Now, online dating has been around long enough and people actually use it the right way. There are strategies and there's so much more to online dating that not one size fits all anymore. There are different dating apps for different purposes. Dating Hotline question number 1. Which dating app is right for me? Okay, to answer this question, you have to have an honest conversation with yourself. What are you looking for in your partner? This is where you get specific with your dating interests. For example, religion is a really popular interest for some people that is a non-negotiable. Date, Christian Mingle, both are religion-based dating platforms. And likewise, there are other lifestyle-like dating platforms like Farmers Only and exclusive high-profile dating apps for the upper 1% of the world. The trick is to find what's important to you. And it's not just about figuring out what your interests are and what you want out of life. It's crucial that you figure out what's important to you in your relationship. Then think about if there's a dating app specifically for that. If religion is a strong part of your relationship, then you want to be on an app that will match you with people who feel similarly passionate about religion. So it would be strategic to be on a dating app that supports that kind of interest, as opposed to an app that supports dating in general. Or, if you're a foodie, here are a couple new apps that you can check out. Dine, D-I-N-E. This is a simple dating app centered around the idea of sharing a dining experience with a new person. You meet new people daily and you connect and set up an experience at one of 3 restaurants you've already selected. Gluten-free singles. Another dating app. The gluten struggle is real and dating with food sensitivities is an extra challenge. I get it. It can be hard to just broach that subject with anyone in general, but like someone you're dating, that's a gray area for people. Not a lot of people want to get into that. So skip the stress of having the gluten-free conversation by matching with other gluten-free singles. The other dating app I thought was interesting is called Hidine, Hidine. Hidine. This is basically Tinder for food. You swipe through profiles of people and profiles of restaurants near you, and when you match, you go on a date at that restaurant. But the trick is, men have to put down a down payment towards the bill at that restaurant before any offline activities occur. So, going back to what we were talking about in our earlier episodes, the men pay for the date, and also, you don't even have to worry about this. It's already taken care of. I kind of like that idea. It's just not something you have to think about. But as you can see, it just depends on what you're looking for. There are plenty of apps out there for you to try. Think about what you want in a life partner, and then think about finding a dating app for that. You don't have to play this one-size-fits-all game that these common dating apps like Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, and The League want you to. I've done a lot of research, and one of the dating apps that I really like as an alternative to traditional dating apps is Coffee Meets Bagel. They do their dating app differently. The premise is based upon gender psychology. They give men choices. Every day you get 22 profiles to swipe right or left to, and women have a different experience. Women get 5 profiles that have already swiped right to them. They just need to select who they want to talk to. In other words, out of these 5 men, curate who you would like to spend time talking to. Women like options, not choices. Men like choices, not options. Coffee Meets Bagel uses everyday psychology that is used in everyday real life. Ask a woman what she wants to eat, and she'll have no clue. But give her 3 options of where to eat, and she'll pick one right away. Ask a man what he wants to eat, and he'll be like, ooh, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this. But tell him to pick between 3 places, and he'll have to weigh out his options. Men like choices. Men and women approach life differently. Coffee Meets Bagel takes the same IRL psychology and applies it to their dating app. If this is the way our brains work, let's translate it to online with similar concepts. I am not on Coffee Meets Bagel, but I am on Hinge. That's working for me right now. When it comes to traditional dating apps, Hinge is my favorite. I love the feedback that you get. Knowing which picture or response my match has liked allows me to gain initial information about him based on that like alone. That kind of insight and context helps me build a conversation, and honestly, this has been the best assistance for building digital chemistry. I have digitally flirted with men before meeting them in person, but because we came in hot with strong energy, the chemistry built quickly. He had a good opener, and I mirrored his actions and interest. It was fun. I'll post some screenshots of our texts on our show notes on the Swipe Right website so you can see mirroring and how our conversation flowed organically to the next topic. I've met a lot of good-looking, interesting men on Hinge. It's working for me, but I know other people who've had success with other services like Coffee Meets Bagel and Plenty of Fish. When it comes to figuring out what dating app you should be on, just like everything else in online dating, try out a couple and see how it goes. Also, take notes. There are tiers of dating apps, okay? Think of a pyramid. The first tier is the bottom section, okay? Tier 1. This is your DIY, free app to download and free to make a profile. Think Tinder, Bumble, The League, Hinge. You have the biggest pool of people here, but that also means you're going to have to sift through some bad dates to find your partner. Tier 2, the middle section, is your premium dating apps. This is your paid service dating app. Maybe they have a little extra matchmaking services that they provide. Maybe they offer concierge services in the app. But these are dating apps that are charging money to mix your profile with their dating pool. Sometimes this is the right place for some clients, and other times this is more than what they're looking for. It just depends on the person. But examples of these dating apps would include Match.com, Coffee Meets Bagel, and any premium service within your dating app, the pay-to-play dating apps. This pool of dating is much more targeted and focused on pairing you with compatible people only, increasing your chances of meeting your partner. And Tier 3 is your matchmaking service, like It's Just Lunch, the Millionaire Matchmaker, which we all remember Patty Stanger, and Events and Adventures for active singles looking to meet other singles while doing something new. This top tier is the most expensive tier, but also it has the highest success rate. This tier of dating generally pairs you with a specific matchmaker, and they work on your behalf to set you up with dates who are compatible people. This requires less work and effort from the dater, but you will be paying for it with your credit card. Depending on what tier you're looking for, start scoping out the dating platforms with that tier and find the app that's the right fit. If you need help sorting through all these dating apps, book an appointment with me. We can do it together. Okay, so what's the takeaway on this question? Have an honest conversation with yourself. Is your dating profile getting the action you want? If not, think about what you want in your relationship and see if there's a dating app for that. And if you feel like you want more assistance, jump up a dating tier. Invest more in yourself and work with a matchmaker. Dating Hotline question number 2. What are some dating app strategies? Now that you've done your research on which dating app you want to be on, here are a few strategies I recommend to all of my clients. First, focus on 1 to 2 dating apps at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself with too many because you'll meet multiple people on each of these and you'll want to stay on top of these conversations. We've all swiped right to too many people at once and then our matches slip through the cracks because we literally have too many at one time. Dating profile juggling is just as hard as juggling people IRL. I don't recommend it. I do, on the other hand, think there is value to talking to multiple people at one time in the beginning phase only. Dating is a numbers game. You have to put yourself out there and you have to try with a lot of different people at the beginning to narrow it down. You're not going to go out with everyone you're talking to on your dating apps. Let's say your pool of right swipes is 10 people. Of those 10 people, you're going to talk to 7 of them. Of those 7 people, you're really going to connect with only 3 of them. And of those 3 people, only 2 of them will be available for a first date. Then you go out on 2 first dates. You're constantly whittling down your numbers. Also, when it comes to your dating profile, because you've spent so much time crafting one, I recommend tweaking it subtly for additional apps. I think the best way to do a dating profile across multiple dating apps is to do similar profiles, but not the exact same. You need 2 different bios and probably closer to a total of 10-ish pictures. You want 6 for each app and at least 2 different bios. So if you're in 2 different dating apps, you will need at least 2 different bios, and 6 to 10 pictures. When you come into a dating rut or a dating app rut, every person gets into them at different points. It doesn't matter where you are in life. It doesn't matter what's happening in your life. It's not a reflection of you. It's just dating. Some days I have 15 guys blowing me up on a dating app, and other times I don't get a match for days. That's just the way it is. It's the algorithm, and that's just the way life works. Also, I think there's a bigger purpose behind this, that is timing, because timing is such an important part of dating. Because if you meet the right person at the wrong time, well, then we'll just talk about that in another episode. But if you feel like you're in one of those ruts and your profile is just not getting any action and you want to talk to people, here's a couple things that you can do. Number 1, move your location on the dating app, and sometimes even expanding your radius to include a couple more miles makes a big difference. 2 miles to 5 miles is a jump. 5 to 10 is an even bigger dating pool you've just created. I don't want you to change your radius from 2 miles to 20 because I'm making this point. Please recognize that subtle changes make the biggest differences. Additionally, if you move around the city, you will match with new people. If you're moving around the city on the weekends or during the day and you're on a sales trip or you're going on meetings in your Uber, in an elevator, as you're waiting for your lunch, get your phone out and start swiping. You're in a new location and you're going to be matching with different people. You're always in control of changing who you match with. Move you, okay? You are where your phone tracks. So if you move with your phone, you're dropping yourself in a new dating pool. So what does that mean? Sometimes it pays to go off on an adventure in a new part of the city. Have some fun. Start swiping while you're doing it. Number 2, I recommend when you go out on a new adventure, then you meet new people, you'll be seeing some new profiles you haven't seen before, and it makes you feel like the city is less small. Yes, there are new people out there. At times, it can feel like we've gone through with everyone on the dating app, and that's just not possible. The city is so big. Unless you live in a town of 20 people, that's the problem. But you live in a major city, and there are people to date. You just need to change what you're doing to get a different response. You are the variable that needs to change. Your phone has all of the details in it. So if you move your phone around, you're making changes to your dating life. Repeating actions and expecting different outcomes is the definition of idiocracy. Do yourself a favor and change something up if you're looking for a different outcome. Maybe it won't work out, but maybe seeing if it does will be the best adventure ever. Number 3, swipe right more than you swipe left. In other words, say yes more than you say no. Sometimes, depending on what we're doing in the moments before we get on the dating app, our emotions can carry over into our dating life. This means if we're out with friends having a good time, our good mood will lead us to say yes more than no, leading to more right swipes. Alternatively, if you just got off a bad conference call, you might not be in a good mood, and giving people the benefit of the doubt on a not so great dating profile, you might be a lot more critical and say no, 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 no to every person who liked you. The point is, our emotions can carry over into our swiping, and you can lose some quality people because of a grumpy mood. You have to remember, dating is not a distraction tool. Swipe for purpose. On that point, I usually suggest swiping at the same time every day. This creates consistency for you, so you look forward to the swiping window, but this also keeps your attitude towards dating high. If you do it midday, or if you use online dating as a distraction tool, then you can easily burn out when you're not getting that quick fix that you're seeking when opening the app. Talk whenever at your convenience, but save swiping for windows throughout your day. Maybe a morning and evening swiping window, like happy hour, but better. #swipe hour. The league uses this concept with their dating profiles. Only during a certain time window are your new potential matches revealed to you. The limited window creates the discipline we need to keep online dating for purpose, not used as a distraction. The last point I want to leave you with, premium dating app services. My take on them is if you're willing to put money into this part of your life and your attitude will change. Yes, do them. Just make sure it stays positive and doesn't become an obligation, because once this happens, this whole experience with online dating will take things down quickly. But a shifted attitude towards your dating life can be the magic elixir to finding a partner. If we open ourselves up to the possibility of finding what we truly want, then by the law of attraction, it will come to you. Plus, I have a couple other strategies I employ with my clients. This includes brain hacking techniques that help you clear emotion from painful memories, letting go of absolute comments like, I'll never date this type of person again, and actually allow you to heal and grow. And if you don't know this about me yet, but obviously I'm a mindful person and I believe in bringing intention into your actions. So I've curated date-specific meditation and relaxation techniques that will help open your heart and clear your energy and set you up for dating success. If you're interested in those, check out the digital downloads on the Swipe Right website. There's a bunch of free stuff up there. Okay, what's the takeaway from question number 2? Swipe right more than you swipe left. Swipe at the same time of every day. #swipe hour. And then be conscientious of your actions and emotional state when using online dating. Are you using it as a distraction tool or is it for purpose? Premium services for dating do work. There's a reason they were created, and investing skin in the game changes how you show up. Okay, it's time for our kisses and curves. Our kiss this week goes out to the people who left us a review. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Dating Hotline and I appreciate it. And our curve this week goes out to all the love that Netflix's Joe Goldberg, aka Penn Badgley from You, is getting. You guys, he's a sociopathic psychopath. There's nothing romantic or charming about someone who gaslights, and that's just the beginning. But I won't give anything away. Personal opinion, it's kind of low budget, but it sucks you in, so go educate yourself. It's definitely worth it. And it also just got re-upped for its 3rd season, so keep up. The online dating world sounds daunting and intimidating, but don't let it have that power over you. Focus on 2 to 3 non-negotiables for your ideal partnership and search for dating apps that promote those qualities. Okay, that's our show. Thanks for tuning in to Dating Hotline, presented by Swipe Right, a dating consultancy setting the standard in online dating. This is your host, Chloé Miller. Thank you to our music transition composer, Nicholas Thorpe, over at Sound Lounge. If there's something you want to talk about in the future episodes, there's a link in the show notes where you can submit your questions. Otherwise, you guys, DM me your dating questions, email me your thoughts, and please, please, please tell all of your friends to listen. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and follow us on Spotify. This podcast is presented by And Swipe Right, a personal consultant agency setting the standard in online dating. Visit their website, www.andswiperight.com, to learn more about their personal styling appointments, private coaching sessions, and the creative, engaging dating profiles that they make for single men and women. Dating Hotline is hosted by Chloé Miller, founder and CEO of And Swipe Right. Follow her on Instagram at ChloMill, ChloMill. You guys, we love hearing from you, so please, please, please send us your fan mail to datinghotline@andswiperight.com. That's dating hotline, datinghotline @andswiperight.com. And follow us on social media, you guys, at @andswiperight and at Dating Hotline Podcast. But don't worry, guys, we'll put it all in the show notes on the And Swipe Right website. Check it out there. Last thing, you guys, please subscribe to our podcast. Leave us a review on iTunes and tell all of your friends. This is the Dating Hotline.